Welcome back to Aims for the Win. This is part 3 of my Create This Book 2 challenge, and I just want to remind you all that I cut the spine off my book and I don't know how I'm going to put it back together, so subscribe to follow along and maybe I will figure it out along the road. But for now, this is my trusty box that I'm storing it in so I don't lose pages or whatever. And another reminder, I am doing spin the wheel to figure out the pages I'm doing. So it's completely random every time. And now we are doing page 60, Create a Daydream. So once I get my pages situated, I'm going to start my daydream page. I am not that great at drawing human beings, so this is a little stretch for me, but I think that she turns out pretty good. Um, there's some ums there that I will probably edit out or not. Who knows? We'll get there when we get there. I recorded this video during Snowmageddon 2024 in Oregon. We had 6 inches of snow. Well, I think it was more like 7 inches of snow. And then we had a couple days where it didn't melt, and then we had a ½ inch of ice on top. So I was ready to daydream about summer. Well, not really, I love the snow, but I figured most people were daydreaming about the summer. And in the summer, I like to go camping. And ignore that boat up there because it looks like Noah's Ark, and I was not daydreaming about Noah's Ark. Anyways, in the summer, I like to camp and I like to hike and I like going to the beach and being in the woods. So that's where I started. And then on the second page, I drew a boat because someday I would like to go on a cruise. So I'm daydreaming about a cruise. And then we have some art and some iced tea, and there's an empty corner there that I'm going to fill in a second, and it's about hiking, I think. So that's my daydream. I used pencil and then I lined it all with my fine liner, and I'm going to color it in with my colored pencils. And with these types of pages, I kind of like using the same color across the board. So I'll use a color here and a color there, and so it all kind of matches a little bit. So here is my finished daydream, and yes, that might be a Disney cruise ship. I don't know, maybe someday. And there's my dream. I really hope to do most of this stuff this summer, but probably not the Disney cruise. And now I'm going to point out some things because when I record these, I don't know what I'm going to say in a voiceover, and maybe I want to point at things. But yeah, anyways, so now it is time to spin the wheel again. Okay, page 2. Fill this empty space. I found this little wood ring and I was like, cool, I'm going to make a pattern. And then I started to line it, and then I said, oh, I made a huge mistake. So I spent a lot of time fixing this page. I did not record most of it because it took me way too long. But that's just what I'm going to leave it at. And I'm going to spin again, and at the end I'm going to spin a lucky fourth one because I feel like page 2 is a letdown. Page 100, oh my goodness, page 112, create a to-do list. This was kind of boring because I didn't want to be doing anything. It was a snow day, and what else are you supposed to do than whatever you want? So I just made a generic one, and then as I was going, I was like, oh, maybe there is some things I should be doing. Maybe there are some things I should be doing. Dishes, laundry, walk the dogs, organize some craft stuff, watch a movie, edit a video, oh, this video, and take a nap. I think that's one I'm going to fail. But here I'm going to do this style again where I just kind of make a little drawing for each one of my little ideas. We got the dishes, we got the laundry thing, the washing machine, got some of my 2 doggos there, and some craft supplies. Got a movie. I didn't know how to draw that. And here I am going off the page again. Classic Amy. And again, I'm going over with my fine liners, then I'm going to color in with my color pencils, and I feel like this is starting to get monotonous because I'm doing the same thing on all the pages with the pencil, the liner, the colored pencils, and maybe I'll come up with something different for my next prompt. If you've been around for a while, you know I have a dog named Hershey. He's a little Chiweenie, and we recently got a Labradoodle Hound mix of some sort. And so she's the black dog there, but she's black and white. Most of her face is black though. And I don't know, some dishes, and that's it. Okay, last spin of the night, and I believe it is going to be page 66, I think. Create string decor. I had a pretty cool idea that I would just lay my yarn out and then I would try to draw around it and make some cool shapes. And you can kind of see that it's starting to not work well. And I think I made a pretty huge mistake with this, but I'm going to persevere and keep going. So there's all my shapes. Now, surprise, surprise, I did a pencil drawing first, and now I'm going to line it all with my fine liner. And do you want to guess what I'm going to do next? You can put it in the comments if you want, or you could just wait another 20-30 seconds to see. Despite the yarn being a huge failure for what I thought was going to happen, I really do like the shapes that I made. So maybe it wasn't a 100% failure, but it also wasn't what I was going for. So now we're turning it into a Zentangle-y looking thing. I'm going to go over all my lines to make them a little thicker. Maybe a Sharpie would have been a good idea here, but I am just going to use my number 12 micron and make everything look thicker, I guess. So here is my finished outline. Now we're going to add some color. I'm going to admit I spent a little too long trying to decide if I wanted to color the inside stripes or the little pathway that the string or the yarn made, but in the end I decided to do some gradient work with some rainbow colors in the pathway, and I really liked how this turned out. I don't do a lot of blending and shading with colored pencils because I like how they look when they're just like solid colors, but I enjoyed this. I think it was fun, and maybe it's a little different than what other people did for their string art. Thanks for watching. Please drop a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more Create This Book 2 with me and Mariah Elizabeth, and I'll post again sometime soon. Who knows? It may be more of this. It may be something different. Dollar Tree craft kits, anyone?